Hey, what's up, YouTube? Jada up here to review another lackluster TNA pay-per-view. This one, Hard Justice. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and click that yellow button over there. Thanks. Getting into this video, before I get started, I want you guys to answer two questions down in the comment section below. One, did you think TNA made the right decision regarding the World Heavyweight Championship and the result of the triple threat match for said championship? And two, what did you think of the pay-per-view overall? And TNA fans that are going to discover this video, I really want you guys to let me know what you thought of the pay-per-view. I'm tired of TNA fans coming to the video saying, oh, you suck and you're a WWE mark and this and that, and not explaining themselves. What did you think of the pay-per-view? If you want to say I suck, sure, go right ahead and say it, but still, you know, let me know what you thought about the pay-per-view. Anyway, let's get into these matches. First match, return of the Steel Asylum, Daniels versus Suicide versus Chris Sabin versus Amazing Red, Alex Shelley, Black Machismo, Consequences Creed, and the Black Pope, Deangelo, Deniro, aka Elijah Burke. I give this match 3.5 stars. It was a pretty good match. A couple of things that I did not like in the match. One being, I hate this, and I see this in X Division matches very frequently. It's like one guy that is gone. You don't even see him for the first half of the match. Then when we get into like the third quarter of the match or towards the end of the match, he all of a sudden pops up, hits a couple of Superman moves and everything. Person in this match, Amazing Red. Now, when he did hit those Superman moves and everything, they were pretty great. A couple of high spots in the match, like the Hurricane slash DDT that he hit on Consequences Creed. That was pretty cool. But, you know, he was like gone for the first half of the match. I hardly even saw him in the ring. This match, it was fast paced and everything. They did slow it down in bits, and that is something that I like to see them do more in X Division matches. They gave this match time to build up. They slowed it down a little bit, and Daniels ends up getting the win, so he's the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. One weird point in the match is when Elijah Burke, and I'm going to continue calling him Elijah Burke for a while, just so you know, I have to get used to the new name. But yeah, he prevents Suicide from getting out of the asylum. He's on the cage. He jumps down to the top rope, then jumps down to the mat. And the announcers were billing this like, oh, well, he has so much hate for Suicide, you know, he risked himself losing the match. No, this is your first day in the damn company. What possibly could you have against Suicide so much that you're going to risk winning a shot at the X Division Championship? So that didn't make any sense at all. But yeah, Daniels wins the match. Second match of the night, Abyss versus Jethro Holliday bounty match. Abyss ends up winning the match. It's something about Abyss that does not excite me. This match did not excite me at all. It was a pretty bland match. I mean, they had a couple of spots with a chair and everything, but for the most part, this match was nothing special whatsoever. But Abyss did get the win. Third match of the night, match for the world title shot briefcase, Hernandez versus Big Rob of the British Invasion. I give this match a dud because basically Hernandez, he called out all the members of the British Invasion, told them all to get into the ring. They all get into the ring. He takes them out, pins Big Rob 1, 2, 3 in a couple of seconds. He wins back his world title briefcase that he should have been in possession of already. Fourth match of the night, New Japan IWGP Tag Championships on the line. Champions British Invasion versus Beer Money Incorporated. Eric Young ends up costing Beer Money the match. He gets the win for his World Alliance teammates or whatever. So the British Invasion win this match. Once again, nothing special, but this was not a it was not a bad match. But again, it was nothing special. It's a trend on this pay-per-view. Fifth match of the night, TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. ODB with Cody Deaner versus champion Angelina Love with Velvet Sky. I get this was like a tag team match for the Knockouts Championship. ODB ends up winning the match because Cody Deaner pins Velvet Sky after Madison Rain sprayed hairspray in her face. Cody Deaner gets the win for ODB, but so that means ODB is the champion. But after the match, they were like arguing. So I guess Cody Deaner thinks that he is entitled to the championship. And throughout the match, it was like softcore porn going on. Like Cody Deaner would get into the ring, tongue kissing the beautiful people and spanking them and stuff. I'm like, now this is really, you know, Hard Justice. That sounds like a porn name, but yeah, this really, you know, it was evident in this match. But yeah, it was disgusting stuff going on. I give it 2 3/4 stars. But you know, one thing that I did like about the match was the teamwork between Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. Sixth match tonight, TNA X Division Championship match, Samoa Joe with Taz versus the champion, Homicide. Samoa Joe ends up winning this match in a submission that basically it came out of nowhere. It was a bad finish to the match. That's also a trend in TNA pay-per-views to have bad finishes. The match went on for about 10 minutes. It was a pretty good match. You know, they kept the fast pace throughout most of the match. I wish they had slowed it down. I wish they had gave this match more time, seeing as they did have 10 minutes to spare at the end of this pay-per-view. But, you know, I give it 3 stars. It could have been a lot better. This match had a lot of potential, and it did not live up to that potential. Seventh match of the night, TNA World Tag Team Championships, Booker T and Scott Steiner versus Team 3. I give this match 3 stars just based on, you know, they did go hardcore and everything. This wasn't even really a wrestling match. But you know what? I'm going to change that. I'll give it like 2.5 stars because the ending was so sloppy. It was a very bad ending. We have Brother Devon pinning Scott Steiner. Then, you know, Booker T runs over and goes to pin Brother Ray, and they had 2 referees in the ring. I don't know why, but then both referees count 3, and I'm thinking to myself, clearly Brother Devon had the pin first. His referee screwed up on the pin, and the referees weren't even in sync when they were counting the 3, but they end up awarding the match to Booker T and Scott Steiner anyway, and they win the championships. I mean, they retain the championships. So, yeah, it was a little bit hardcore. It wasn't much actual. Another point in the match I did not like. Booker T hits the bookend, his finishing move, a finishing move that's probably won him multiple championships. He hits the bookend on a table on Brother Ray. Brother Ray kicks out, and people don't start commenting like, oh, it was a false finish that made the match better. No, it did not make the match better. It was not even really a false finish because they just rolled right over it. You know, it didn't give, they didn't give it any time to build up or anything, or for the audience to like savor that moment. So they just, rolled over it, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, are you serious? Yeah, next match, the big match of the pay-per-view. TNA Legends Championship, Mick Foley versus Kevin Nash. I give this match 2.5 stars. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it still was bad. It's like, both of these guys, they were bleeding like hell in the match. And it seems to me like, the bookers of this match was like, oh, it's going to suck. And we know how, it just seems like they play people for idiots. And sometimes it may be warranted. Because people, they make it seem like just because a match has blood, that it makes it automatically good. And that match, without the blood, without, different elements that cause the blood, would have sucked. But I know a lot of people are going to say it's good just because it had blood. That's why I said, the bookers saying that, oh, let's do this. Let's try to fool the people. It is warranted because I'm sure it worked with some people. But, yeah, the match sucked. Kevin Nash ends up getting the win. He wins his championship back from Mick Foley, a championship that he was supposed to have already. And he told Mick Foley that on the last episode of, a couple of episodes ago on Impact. He says, you know what, the match with Bobby Lashley and Sting and Kurt Angle or whatever, you weren't supposed to win that Legends Championship, but I'm going to let you keep the Legends Championship, and we're going to fight in a match for the Legends Championship. And I'm thinking, what the hell, but yeah. Kevin Nash ends up winning with a very weak big boot from an interference with Tracy Brooks or whatever. Final match of the night, the heavyweight championship match. Kurt Angle, Sting, Matt Morgan. Kurt Angle ends up getting the win in this match, and Matt Morgan got screwed a couple of times in this match. It seemed like he had like 6 counts on Sting and still didn't win the match. Kurt Angle, he seemed very distant in this match. Most of the time, I just saw Sting and Matt Morgan, and I was saying to myself before the match, and I actually said it on a video on YouTube, that Sting, he was just going to get knocked out of the ring and disappear. Hell, it seemed like Kurt Angle was playing the role of Sting. But, yeah, Kurt Angle ends up getting the win, and no appearance from Hernandez with the Feast of Fire briefcase. Kurt Angle is still your World Heavyweight Champion. He has a court date on Tuesday, and yeah, so I guess Kurt Angle is 2-0 these past couple of days with his matches. First, he wins a match with Raka Khan, and then he wins a match versus Matt Morgan Sting. But I guess we'll see on Tuesday if he wins his third match with the United States Justice System. So yeah, we'll end this video right here. Let me know your thoughts on this pay-per-view. Once again, a very lackluster pay-per-view from TNA. Wasn't as bad as Victory Road, but yeah, wasn't all that. Peace out.